Tom Dunscombe, Group Manager in charge of the Oakland Airport Connector project.
Okay. Luna, I'm ready.
Okay. Hello, Tom. So,
Hi, Luna.
can you tell us the very latest on the status of the Oakland Airport Connector?
Okay, well, we're real excited. We're moving into a major milestone that's occurring pretty soon here. We're going to be completing our crossings of I-880 over the next couple weekends. Starting this weekend, Saturday night at about 11 o'clock, we're going to be doing partial closures of the freeway. And about 1 o'clock, we'll be doing a full closure of the I-880 freeway. And then doing we're going to pick up a 240-foot long, 113,000-pound steel guideway segment and putting up on the columns that you see out there on the freeway now. And then following over the next 2 weekends, we'll be completing the rest of the installation of the trusses.
So let's talk about this closure. You said that you will be closing Highway 880. Is this the entire highway, or can you tell us what segments, which direction?
Yeah, so we'll be putting the truss over the northbound lanes and partially over the southbound lanes. So we'll be closing I-880 on the northbound side and only a partial closure of the southbound side. But essentially, northbound lanes will be closed and we'll have a detour in place.
Okay, let's talk about this closure again. The northbound section of Highway 880 will be closed from what time to what time?
Northbound I-880 will be fully closed from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, March 17th.
And this is more than just about transportation. Could you tell us what other benefits the Oakland Airport Connector gives to the region?
Well, the Oakland Airport Connector is really meant to replace the existing BART bus that has some inconveniences with having to leave the BART system, buy a separate fare, and get on the bus and go through the 9 different intersections between the Coliseum station and the airport. So now you'll be able to just stay on the BART system, connect directly into the airport connector from the Coliseum station. You're using your existing fare ticket, and we'll have a consistent 8-minute ride between the Coliseum station and the airport.
And how does this help the local community?
Well, the project the project is comprised of about $360 million contract that's been underway for 2 years. So we've been able to employ about 1,000 people in the corridor, different tradespeople over the last couple of years, and we still have about 1.5 years to go. So we think it's had a good impact on the neighborhood.
So have you made your targets in terms of the jobs that were promised when this project first started?
Absolutely. Those were inclusive of not only all of the work that's happening in the corridor, but all of the fabrication and materials that have been purchased from the thousands of parts and components that have been bought, fabricated elsewhere, and brought to the project. And so we think we've had a major impact on creating jobs in California and the United States.
Recently, the project presented a grant to a local nonprofit. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
As part of the project stabilization agreement, we have a grant fund that's been created, and for every hour that's worked on the project in the corridor, there's a contribution of 10 cents to a grant fund that's used to fund training and job retention in Oakland. And so the Joint Administrative Committee, who oversees the Project Stabilization Agreement, has selected Cypress Mandela to receive the grant funds. We have about $34,000 collected to date, and we expect that to grow to about $50,000 in total.
And how was the money collected? Is BART paying this money, or?
The contractor pays it into a fund. So for every hour worked in the corridor, they contribute 10 cents to the job training and retention fund.
When do you expect to start carrying passengers on the Oakland Airport Connector?
We expect that to happen in late summer, early fall of 2014.
And why is that? If we're making a major milestone this weekend and we're connecting the trackway, why would it take so long if it looks like it's nearly completed?
So you're going to see a lot of that superstructure going up over the next year, and the vehicles will show up and they'll be put up on the guideway. And so it'll look like it'll be mostly done by the end of this year, but in actuality we have to go through a lot of testing to make sure it's completely safe before we open it, and we expect that to be done later next year.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about this project?
No, it's, I think everything's going according to plan at this point, and we're real excited to see this crossing of the I-880 go up.